What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. Drinking some water. Just got in from outside. I'm still a little, you can still see I'm sweaty. Whew. It's like, I gotta get inside. We gotta do this. What is going on in the market, guys? I'm gonna give everybody a few more seconds, few more minutes to jump in. I know we're here early today, but let's do it. How's everybody doing? Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Whether you're in the States or you're not in the States. Just happy 4th of July, right? Happy independence to wherever you're at. Is everybody awake? What's going on? All right, well, I guess everybody can watch after the fact. Like I said when we first started, what is up, guys? Welcome, Crypto FUD. What the hell is going on in the market? Let's try to figure out what's going on. Looking at the crypto bubbles, real quick, Jay, Owen, Jasmy, what's going on, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. It is still morning time here in the States. That's why we don't see our normal people flooding in here for right now. Everybody's either working. I hope not working today, but probably still sleeping. Gotta wake up, right? So let's jump right into this, guys. So what the hell is going on? Well, you guys can see across the board, nothing but freaking red across the board. This is the top 100. We go over to the top 200. We go to the top 300. Maybe you might see one of these little one-offs that are in the green, but for the most part, you guys can see what's going on today. Markets are absolutely getting decimated, and what's crazy is the what's crazy is the bubbles. They look small, right? But these are actually technically, I mean, everything is down like 10+% right now if you really look at it. I mean, I'm trying to like pick some Jasmy, 9% BONK, 10% Brett, 11% Link, Chainlink, down 11% Ordinals, ICP, Dog with Hat. I could go down the list. Everything is down like crazy today. Ethereum itself, is down 6% today, guys. We haven't seen a drop like this in some time, right? But what's crazy is you know, I really had been telling you guys this for a while, that I really wasn't completely I wasn't sold that we were out of the woods and that we were going to just start moving up. I was still telling you guys that I still felt that we had more pain in the market, and that's exactly what we're seeing today, right? We did break key levels for Bitcoin particularly. We broke the 200-day moving average. Now, the last time that we have been near this 200-day average, we talked about this on yesterday's stream. If you see here, let me, there it is right there. If you can see here, right, obviously today's July the 4th. The last time that Bitcoin has been near or touched its 200-day moving average is back in October the 19th of 2023. It has literally been 9 months since we've been away from our 200-day, well above at some points, well above the 200-day. And you can see we have come back down and retraced and touched the 200-day. Now, keep in mind the 200-day is going to move with the price, right? It's a moving average. So as Bitcoin's price is up like crazy, the average is going to start trickling up, you know, moving pretty fast towards the upside. And it basically met us in the middle. And it just, you know, that's where we're pretty much at right now for Bitcoin, right? But the thing is that we didn't necessarily come down and just slap the 200-day and then bounce, right? We came down, we did bounce, and it looked like we were finding some support on the 200, and it broke down pretty much after a few hours. And you can see we actually did come down so far to about 56,600, 56,700 area for right now. So a couple things to look forward to with Bitcoin right now is there could be still more pain ahead of us, right? Now, today is 4th of July. It is the holidays in the States. We are going to see, we're not going to see is the stock market is closed, right? So we're not getting any kind of relief, I would say, from ETFs, inbounds or inflows coming in for the ETFs. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the ETFs would have brought us down even more, right? Panic selling, ETFs start selling off. You guys know how that works. We could easily have been down and bounced at some of these levels that we have marked that we're going to go over here in a second for Bitcoin. So with that being said, tomorrow the markets will be right back open. It'll be obviously the 5th. We have the unemployment and job rates coming out tomorrow. Let's just hope that we see some good numbers and we can see somewhat of a retracement. I honestly don't think that unemployment, let's say unemployment jumps up to 10%. It's not going to do that, right? But let's just say it jumps to 10%. We're still not going to we're still not going to freaking, just bounce up, and get out of what we're in right now. This is going to take some time for us to really get out of these this downward move that we've been in. It's technically been, guys, since we've been moving down, it has been since the beginning of June. June was a brutal month if you really think about it. This was the whole month of June, right? Now we're in July, which historically speaking, we covered this already. The July usually is a better month of the year, where you usually will see some price movement towards the upside for July. Well, I mean, it is only the 4th day into July, so I mean, we easily could close the month out in the green. But for right now, we're still seeing the pain that's trickled over from June, right? So Ricky's in the house. What's going on, bro? He said, I'm tired of the pain right now. Let's go. We need to get back above that 200. We really do. We really do. And, a couple things that I was going to get into is a lot of times, Ricky, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, when you break below this 200-day moving average, a lot of times when you come back up, especially if you're hanging down below for some time, it becomes a spot for some solid resistance, right? So as we, whenever it happens, we start bouncing back up and we're coming back up to the 200-day. If it's today, tomorrow, I think that we'll probably just blow right by the 200-day most likely. But if you're talking a week, a month down the road, where we're staying below the 200-day, now you're going to be talking about us whenever we do come back up to that 200-day. It's going to be some resistance. It's going to take some time, probably, and a lot of money for Bitcoin particularly to break above the 200-day moving average. So what am I doing during these dips? Well, you already know what I'm doing. We covered this on the last members only stream, and damn, I'm so happy that we did go over this last members only stream. We covered this scenario on if the market was going to be coming down, positioning ourselves into some of these plays. And I said this yesterday, I had a lot of the members. If you are a member, if you're just joining, you could always go back to that content of last week. You can go back. You have a whole list of a library of members only stream that we covered as far as a full spectrum of stuff, right? But this particular members only stream, we did cover in the event that if we start seeing Bitcoin really dramatically coming down, these alts are getting hit like crazy, right? What are some plays that you've been looking for? What are particular projects that you feel like you've missed out on? Let's go through them. Let's dissect them. Let's pull the charts up. And this is my opinion on where I think some of these projects would be a good jump in point where you would start dollar cost averaging in, right? Obviously not financial advice, but this is what we covered in our members only stream. Make sure you guys, if you are able to, hit that join button, become a member. We will probably do a part 2 this weekend coming up, given the market, if it is continuing to be where it's at right now, because I think this right here, it's going to be a pivotal time for us to really set ourselves up, for the rebound and getting in on some of these projects. I personally have been buying in on a couple projects that we will cover here in a minute, and I kind of brushed over it yesterday, so we'll cover that in a minute. Solana. I will tell you, looking at Bitcoin's chart versus Solana for today, Solana technically, if you look, it's down 4.8%, right? Bitcoin's down 4.5, but damn, Solana just feels like it's holding a little bit stronger than Bitcoin right now. It is below its 200-day. It is technically the same thing below its 200-day, but if you go back and you look at Bitcoin's further down below its 200-day, right? If we map it out and we actually look from its 200-day to where it's at right now, Bitcoin's about 2%. Let's go over to Solana and let's see where Solana is. It's not far, 1.5%. They're really only about 0.5% away difference. So it just feels like Solana, I guess it's just holding up stronger, given we were just with Solana at 122, right? We had this nice run, obviously with the with speculation of a ETF being released maybe in the near future for Solana. It's really kept Solana's price, in my opinion, holding pretty strong. If that ETF was never even announced, as far as, and it hasn't been announced, but us seeing that a couple companies have filed for the ETF to get approved. If there was no chatter about an ETF, I really do think that Solana would probably be down towards $100 right now. I really do think that, which I'm kind of like, damn it, because you guys know, I know Ricky, your son, was saying this in the Discord, that he's been accumulating Solana, which same here, right? I'm waiting. I haven't even bought on this dip yet. I was eating up this dip. I'm kind of waiting to see, because we haven't dropped down to some of these levels. I'm waiting to see if we're going to come down to like maybe sub 120 of Solana, and that's when I'm going to start, just picking up Solanas as we move, right? So let's see here. Cowie, what's going on? Gina's in the house. Good morning, Gina. Cowie said, I'm going to buy a bit more, but that's it. I'm going to wait for the winner to start selling then. I hear you, man. Just like moving up, when you're in a position, when we're coming down, and you're like waiting to kind of dollar, you got to have patience, right? Slowly but surely, what I'm doing is I'm just dollar cost averaging in on some of these projects. I'm not like going crazy, because with anticipation, if the market continues to drop, I want to take advantage of it, right? You don't want to spend all your dry powder at once, and then you're in the red, and now you're looking, we take a 20-30% drop. Now you could have accumulated 20 or 30% more of whatever projects you're buying in on. So that's why I always preach patience. Patience is the virtue, is key, right? Let's pull up real quick. We're going to stay on the charts just because I want to look at a couple things here. So ladies is down like crazy too. So, when you come to some of these projects that are of a lot smaller market cap, they're going to get hit a lot harder, right? No diddy on that one. But you can see for ladies, 200 days right there. Ladies is down 22.5% from its 200-day moving average. So you can see, obviously, some of these alts definitely are not, taking this drop lightly. Let's pull up Milady's market cap. It's probably going to be at like, I'm going to guess 90 million, 82 million. Damn, we're getting back into this juicy zone right here for Milady. See, I look at this and I'm not like, damn it, like I'm upset. I'm like, yeah, like I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Look at this guy right here at the top of this for Milady. He says, buy the effing dip. Good time to buy. You can see a lot of people are bullish still on Milady, and I definitely am right there with them. I definitely am. So I'm kind of just waiting, still waiting. Like I said, I wanted to see, and we did drop down towards the 11 mark, right? 10.99 is right where we went down to, right? But you guys remember I said I was waiting for this 10.4 or somewhere around that area or below is when I'm going to start buying in some decent bags of Milady and adding Milady or adding, into the bag as far as Milady. So let's see here. Luckily for me, I was able to buy some Solana at $14. Bro, I don't even want to get into it, Ricky, because I was sitting here looking at Solana when it dropped down to $9, and I was like, I'm going to wait till it goes down to $5, and I'm going to start buying. And then it freaking shot up the next day. It was at like 20, and I was like, I'm going to just still wait, because I think it's going to, this is during the bear market, right? And it was during literally the FTX debacle. We're in the prime, of FTX, and I still, I knew about Solana and everything like that, but it wasn't like on my radar, like one of the things I was like, I have to have, right? I wasn't trading on Solana's DeFi or anything like that at the time. So I really was just like, I didn't realize what we had in front of us, right? With the freaking sub $10 Solana. Now you look at it now and you're like, oh my gosh, trust me, for like a year now, I've been like, bro, I could have bought in. I'm literally looking at Solana. It was at like $8, like $9.70. And I was like, I'm not buying in yet. I was like, I'm going to wait. I was literally on stream and I was like, I'm going to wait. Yeah. You saw how that played out. Ricky said, right now I'm buying coins. Let's see. I'm buying coins nobody cares about, hoping that they will start to care in the next leg up. That's not a bad plan, bro. That's not a bad plan at all. At all, bro. So yeah, so Milady, like I said, me personally, I'm kind of waiting for a little bit more of a drop for Milady. Hopefully we'll get it somewhere around this 10.5 is what I'm looking for. Anything below 10.5 for Milady. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's see here. You guys know I'm always a big believer in Arbitrum. Arbitrum has gotten down to some juicy levels, and I still haven't taken advantage of this project either, per se. Just because, I mean, a couple of things with Arbitrum, and I already explained this, is that they had just started releasing more into circulation as far as their what they have their coins in circulation. They did this probably about 2 months ago, and that's why the market cap, I'm sure the market cap is down now that we've dropped like crazy, but you go back a month, the price had dropped like 20%, but the market cap was literally at the exact same price because they were basically diluting, not trying to hurt the project, but they already had it on the roadmaps as far as when they were going to be releasing a certain percent of coins into circulation. And we had basically hit that threshold. So like 2 or 3 months ago, they started slowly releasing coins into circulation. So the price was technically getting diluted. So that's why I haven't technically bought in necessarily yet. If this thing drops down to some of these levels that it's getting close to, I wouldn't be upset maybe picking up some 50-cent Arbitrum down the road. So definitely keeping an eye out on that. Let's see here. Ricky said some are either going to zero or going to make me a hero. I mean, I don't really think, you never know, right? It's crypto, so anything can happen, right? But yeah, I agree with that as well. Troy said NFK will run soon. Get it while it's cheap. I mean, you guys already know. What are we right now? We're definitely in that beautiful buy box right now that we've historically been in, and we just, every time we're in this area, we always have a nice run up, right? Always. Obviously, we've seen the market cap. We're at about $100,000 market cap, and our liquidity has come down because we're this morning. You can see we've seen some solid buys, right? We've seen some solid buys, but if you notice, the price has kind of been going down when the buys are coming in, and that's because Solana is coming down, right? So regardless if like you see people buying in right now on NFK, obviously you're going to get good prices right now, but our market cap is really what I'm like, you know what, don't even worry about it right now because it's going to keep coming down if Solana keeps coming down because our market cap is 100% in Solana. It's 100% in Solana. So if Solana's price is coming down, it's basically, you know, our market cap is going to come down with it, and then vice versa. When Solana starts rocketing back up, which we know is going to happen, you guys will know exactly the same thing. NFK is going to be shooting up to the moon as well. So I agree with you as well. As far as just right now, beautiful buy zone. I wouldn't be too worried about the market cap or anything like that, just because, like I said, with Solana coming down and coming down rapidly with the market, you know, we're going to see, you know, it basically going hand in hand with Solana pretty much, you know, and that goes the same thing. If we were in Ethereum right now, our same thing, it would be going down. If we were in Bitcoin, right? If it was all in Bitcoin, our market cap, it would be down right now. No matter, pretty much anything on the damn in the charts right now that are down, you know, would be bringing our liquidity and market cap down as well. So, but as we move up, we'll be right back up there, and I'm guessing that we're gonna get to that $1 million market cap here right when Solana starts pumping. I can feel it, just feel it in the air, right? We have so much momentum in the Discord. We have so many beautiful new investors that have come in, right? New whales that have come in that I think really care about the project longevity. We've been able to really squeeze out and get out a lot of these people that jumped in at the beginning of the beginning of the project, and really were just here to kind of, you know, pump us all up and act like they were like, oh, NFK to the moon, and then right when we move up 100%, they're like, oh yeah, I have to sell, I have to feed my family, and you're like, what? Like, what the hell are you talking about? 2 days ago you were saying NFK to the moon. Now we're up, we run up a few 100%, and they're like, bro, this is literally what some of these people were telling me. They're like, and I don't even question them. I'm like, I don't, you know, it is what it is, but they're like sending me messages like, bro, I have to sell off because I have to feed my family. And what am I going to say? No? You know what I'm saying? I feel terrible. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm like, damn, I didn't know it was like that. But it's like, you come to find out, you know, after the fact, these people are just, they're complete liars. Right? So, but I'm glad that we got a lot of them out. You know, I'm sure they're probably still lurking around because They don't know how to make money other than with NFK with my channel, right? So there's a little squad of them right now. They're all like, I'm gonna get you, Crypto FUD. That's why I was telling you guys in the Discord as well. I was like, just be careful, because we have a few people that are I don't know what the issue is. Like they sold out, made money, and now they have like a vendetta where they want to circle back around, and they're like sending people friend requests and messaging people, like trying to like scare people out of their positions, right? It's like, dude, people, get a life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what people are gonna buy, people are gonna sell. You guys are gonna hear nothing from me as far as any of that stuff. Obviously, I want you guys to hold as long as possible, as I am, because we want to move this project up as far as we can. But you know, everybody has different financial situations, right? Everybody's got different situations in their life, so it's like, who am I to sit there and just be like, no, don't sell off or anything like that? It's, you know, I'm not gonna say any of that stuff, you know. But I know where we're headed. I know what we got, you know, or what we have. It's not got. I know what we have, right? We have a beautiful, strong community behind us, and you know, the sky's the limit for all of us. So we'll keep moving with or without these people, right? But like I said in the Discord, just be cautious, right? If someone's randomly talking to you, especially if they're a familiar face that we did have in the Discord, you know, a while back, just be cautious, right? If it ain't coming from me, take it with a grain of salt, is how I look at it, right? So, but yeah, so across the board, guys, just to get back on to what we care about, there's blood in the streets. There's blood in the streets. What is going on? Let's check out some articles and let's see. We already looked at the crypto bubbles. You guys can see for the day, we are absolutely just decimated right now. And I think it could honestly, I'm not saying it's going to, but it could easily get worse, right? 10% moves, 10% down on some of these altcoins is absolutely nothing. If you've ever been through some of this market and gone through some of these drops, we've seen Bitcoin drop 20% in a day. Imagine what altcoins have done. 40, 50, 60, 70% in a day, right? They don't stay down there for long, but we've seen those like giga flash dumps, right? Look out for them. I'm telling you, look out for them. Take advantage of that stuff. It's going to pay off in the long run. My opinion, not financial advice. That's what I'm doing. So I told you guys last night that I was going to start taking advantage of some of these projects. And one of the projects that I did buy back in, slowly but surely, I've been picking back up ICP. I started picking it up this morning, sub $7. It's around $6.88 for right now. You guys already know that I'm a big believer in this project. I was buying in when it was down. I went and looked back at my portfolio. So my average was around $3.90 for ICP back in the bear market. I had picked up hundreds and hundreds of them, only to sell off somewhere around $10. Right, so now that we have come back down, because ICP did have a nice run, it didn't catch the top, but it did get up to about $21. I have started to accumulate ICP. Right now, it is sitting right at its 618. I believe that's the 618. Let me zoom out real quick. No, that's the 786. 786. So it is bouncing. It did bounce at the 786. So in my opinion, for this project, I have been just accumulating slowly but surely, just picking up a few here, a few there, you know, and just keep adding to the bag. Like I said, slowly but surely, I'm trying to get my position back, but now I'm getting my position back at a fraction of what I sold, right? So I'm able to get everything I sold off on plus more for the less liquidity, right? So that's what I'm doing right now for that. Other projects, Myro. You guys know we were talking about Myro on the members only stream. Myro dropped down to 10 cents. Now it did bounce. Look where it literally bounces, exactly where we've had our spot. This pretty much is a spot for some support, but it also right there is a 786. They both met up kind of at the same spot. But look at this. If you guys want to learn how to find these key levels as far as support and resistance, that's another thing that we do go over on the members only stream. So make sure you guys hit that join. It's only $5 to join. And who knows, it can make you a better trader, right? Especially in these times, this is where you want to get all the knowledge on trying to reposition yourself or position yourself in a good spot. So when we start running, you can be like these other people that are cashing out, and picking up solid bags, right? So Myro, getting juicy, right? Getting juicy. I said anything below This 10.5, 10.6 area is what I'm looking for. You guys know I was picking Myro up at around 5 cents. Where was 5 cents? Somewhere around this dip right here. And I ran it all the way up to about 37 cents before selling. And I am looking to do something like that all over again, right? I'm looking to do it all over again. So I'm going to keep an eye on Myro. Anything below this 10.5, 10.6 area, I'm going to start just dollar cost averaging on Myro. So I told you guys yesterday, I'm like right now a kid in the candy shop, right? Mom just told me I can buy whatever the hell I want. And I have a big ass bag with my candy scooper. And I am just walking around the candy store right now just like, I want some of that. I'm going to get some of this. Ooh, this looks good. I didn't get this last time. You know, that's how I'm looking at it right now. But I'm not going in there and scooping these enormous. I'm getting small little, little bits. And I'm going to keep circling the wagon around the store while the store is open, aka while the dip is here, right? I'm gonna just keep slowly but surely adding to my position. So what a time to be alive, right, guys? So what is going on? Let's find out. Let's see if they give us any key metrics or anything like that on what they think is going on. This article was released this morning around 7 a.m. So this was during the crash. So let's see here. It says so in crypto news today, why is crypto down today? Average coins hold 2 times unrealized profits. Newer buyers disproportionately underwater. Major public miners rack up more machines as unprofitable miners unplug theirs. And Bitpanda business surpasses 3,000 business customers, expands its B2B offer. So why is crypto down today? The global cryptocurrency market capitalization continues to drop. It is down 5.4% today to 2.2 trillion. The total cryptocurrency traded volume in the past day is 107 billion. Notably, not a single coin among the top 100 coins per market cap has seen a price increase today. On the other hand, the biggest loss is Beam at 15%, now trading at about 1.5 cents. Celsius is behind it with a fall to 14%, and 10 other coins recorded double-digit drops, while quite a few currently sit below the 10% decrease. The top 10 coins per market cap have seen drops higher than what we've seen over the past few weeks. And they kind of sit there and tell you, and look, the only 2 projects, if you see here, well, the only 3 that are technically in the green, I guess, for the last 7 days is Solana, USDC. When you see USDC up like that, which it's pegged at $1, but it's in the green because it might be at like 1.1, right? Like $1.01. It's probably up like crazy because a lot of people have converted over their positions from Solana, from whatever projects they're in, and they moved it over to USDC. I tell you guys this all the time. I will do that periodically whenever I can sense some kind of a downward move in the market. And I called this back when we were at about 170. I was like, back here, no, I wasn't at 200. Back when we were on this run right here and we were at about 170. I didn't catch it at the top, but about 170. I kind of was like looking at the charts, looking at the market, and I said this live that I had moved a big chunk of Solana over to USDC because I wanted to lock in that price. Basically, because if let's say you're holding on to 50 Solana and it's worth whatever 50 Solana is worth, right? If let's just throw out, you have 50 Solana, I'm just throwing out a number, it's worth 15 grand or something like that, right? If you hold on to that and we drop, obviously that 15 grand you're not gonna have $15,000 worth. You might still have 50 Solana, but you're gonna have $12,500 worth, right? Because Solana has dropped down. Now, I'm in the position where, and I told you guys and I started to accumulate more when we dropped down to about 120, 125, somewhere under there, where I was able to basically swap USDC back over to Solana at a far cheaper price, basically using the same liquidity, but picking back up my Solana and picking back more, right? This is what I'm trying to, point out to you guys, so you can take advantage of some of this volatility, right? If you know what you're doing, right, and you just position. It's all about positioning, guys. It's all about positioning. That's what it's all about. Getting in at the right time, right? Positioning yourself, getting out at a good time. You're not going to get out at the exact same time. Like I said, we looked at the charts. If I would have known hindsight, I would have jumped out at 185. That's where we were at. But by the time I kind of caught on, we were at about a 170, 174 when I was able to convert over to USDC. So I didn't catch the top, but I'm not mad about what I did, right? So among these, Dogecoin fell almost 8%. Ton, Solana, and XRP following it, each with a drop of about 7%. And at the same time, the prices of both Bitcoin and Ethereum decreased at around 4%. The former currently trades at 57,200, and the latter at 3142. They're talking about Ethereum. So meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden administration recently proposed a 30% tax on electricity consumed by Bitcoin miners, dubbed the digital asset mining energy. What I'm telling you guys, this guy is literally, he's and remember, we're not going to get political, but he is literally, and it's not him, I'm telling you, it's his handlers. They hate cryptocurrency, right? They hate it. They've proven to us in the last 3 years, Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren and a few other people that are all paid and under this administration, they absolutely hate crypto by any means. And he's pretty much, what they're doing is they're getting the nails and they are putting, they're basically hammering the nails into the coffin for him. No pun intended on that. I'm not saying, going down that road. I'm just saying they're basically, with all this, it's a sure, if you are pro crypto and, you're on the fence, I think a lot of people, and like I said, I'm not getting political. We're going to say neutral, but I think a lot of people are really questioning if they're going to, vote for a certain party that is against cryptocurrency, right? But it is what it is. So, however, experts caution that this could have several unintended consequences, potentially stifling the development of sustainable energy solutions and creating imbalance in market dynamics. So it says here after that, next article, average coin holds 2 times unrealized profit, newer buyers disproportionately underwater. So they're saying that the average, like a lot of us, we're still either you've sold and you made your 2x, or you're still in the green technically, because we see, even when you look at the crypto bubbles, even on a time like this, if you look at the year, if you bought in a year ago on a lot of these projects, you're still up like crazy, right? If you're still holding, right? But what they're saying is the newer buyers are underwater. So anybody that's basically come in the last 6 months, right? They're most likely down on their portfolios if they're still holding. So let's see here. In crypto news today, much of the market is still in profit, despite Bitcoin's price trading sideways to down, according to the on-chain analyst from Glassnode. At the same time, short-term holders have seen a majority of losses. That's what I pretty much just said. The report noted that crypto investors were experiencing a degree of fear and bearish sentiment as Bitcoin fell to the $60,000 level. However, this is not uncommon when market volatility stagnates and apathy creeps in, it added. That said, based on market value and unrealized value, the MVRV ratio, aggregate investors' profitability remains remarkably robust. The average coin still holds a 2-time profit multiple. This is the level that often, let's see here. This is the level that often, hold on here. This is the level that often delegates, I don't know what the hell that is, the enthusiasts and the euphoric bull market phases. Sometimes they put in some of these words, I'm like, it's not even the T this time. So pretty much like I just said, if you've been buying for like over a year, you're pretty much in the green. But if you had just recently bought in the last few months, you're technically in the red on a lot of these projects. So major public miners rack up more machines as unprofitable miners unplug theirs. So unprofitable operators and the 2 months following Bitcoin's fourth halving have continued to capitulate. A telling sign of this process extent is the Bitcoin's average monthly hash rate continues its descending trend in June. According to the latest miner weekly report, it dropped to 580 EH per second compared to 599 EH per second seen in May and 625 EH per second recorded in April. The decline of hash rate results in an increase in Bitcoin's daily production benchmark. It's up from 0.8 Bitcoin EH per second in May to 8.3 Bitcoin EH per second in June. Per the report, this means that if a company's operating hash rate remains consistent at 1 EH, that company would have mined 24.84 Bitcoin in June. This is 0.7 more than the 24.66 Bitcoin it would have mined in May, despite June being a day shorter. It is let's see here. It is particularly interesting when comparing this benchmark with the Bitcoin production of major public mining companies who appear to be capitalizing on the overall decrease in network competition. So I think what's going on, what we're seeing, is that a lot of the smaller miners, maybe they have like, I don't know what you would consider a large and a small, but you can see, I'm looking to see here, what it looks like is the bigger institutional mining farms, aka the people that are the companies that are running multi-million dollars miners companies, farms. Basically, they're taking advantage, and rightfully so, because you're seeing a lot of the smaller and small guys basically closing shop because it's just not profitable for them. You have to remember, when you're running these miners, it costs a lot to buy the miners, right? And it also costs a lot to maintain it, aka the power consumption, right? So that's why a lot of these big mining companies, they actually have enormous solar panel farms, right? So it brings down their cost for their consumption and energy, right? Yeah, short term, they probably have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on the solar farm, and then also hundreds of thousands of dollars for the miners, right? Because they're not holding just one miner; they're holding thousands of miners, right? And you have to remember, not only are the miners consuming themselves thousands of watts per miner, right? They're also generating a big heat load, right? So you have to keep the area around the miner at a certain temperature, which aka air conditioned fans, and then also you're talking about the power consumption of thousands of miners. It's very expensive to operate, right? Those days that you hear about people having a few miners at their house are far and fetched, because you can't make any money right now, right? Now, if you're able to stick through it and come out of pocket, let's say you have 5 miners, at the house, and you're paying, a lot in electricity and stuff like that, you're coming out of pocket right now. But I think in the long term, they'll end up paying out really well because they're just accumulating Bitcoin, as they move. But it's a long-term thing, right? And it's basically an investment that you don't see your ROI, your return of investment, probably for a very long time, right? That's why they're saying that these bigger institutions that are holding thousands and thousands of miners, and I'm talking about warehouses just filled with miners, right? These people are able to capitalize because now the competition is going down too. So that's more Bitcoin that they're able to generate validating these transactions. So, and real quick, guys, welcome, guys. Anybody that just jumped in, make sure you guys slap those likes, and happy 4th of July to everybody. I am sipping on water right now. It's a little too early, but you better believe I stopped at the store today and picked me up a brand new case of some twisted tea. Definitely going to be twisted with my tea today. And this video is brought to you by, I'm just kidding. It's brought to you by water. Watch, one day I'm going to have all on the bottom of the screen where it says subscribe and Crypto FUD. It's going to say, I'm going to have Twisted Tea emblems because they're going to be sponsoring the channel. Just wait, Gina. Just wait. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell them. I was like, listen, because sponsors do hit me up all the time. I've really been staying away from it, but I'm kind of, eventually down the road, I probably will work with some exchanges. A lot of times people are hitting me up. I actually had to take my email down temporarily because I was getting hit up by a lot of these small meme coin makers, right? And I understand, we have our own project. You want to spread the word out there, and the best way is through social media, through YouTube and stuff like that. So, but you have to be careful because I already told you guys the only DeFi project that we're promoting heavily, obviously we cover everything on here, but the one that we're covering, that we're supporting, is our own project, right? So I am not going to basically get paid by some of these people that are trying to offer, for me to do to promote their small projects that are just dropping for multiple reasons. First, we're no FUD koala community, right? That's just right there. But on top of that, I am not supporting any of these projects, and I've heard of YouTubers doing that. We all know of some of them where they'll support a project and it ends up being bad, right? And then now everybody's coming after the YouTuber like, bro, you told us about this project. I'm like, nope, I'm not getting involved in that. These people are literally hitting me up. They're like, we'll pay you, this amount of money just to, if you can bring up, and you have to obviously set up a contract with them. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Sorry. We have our own project. Troy said he's got some Keystone Light. Troy, that's America right there, bro. You got to get that Milwaukee's best right there, bro. It's what's going on, bro. Cowie said, what's your next prediction of the next pump in your own opinion? We'll pull up those charts here in a second, Cowie. I'm just reading this, so my bad. Bullish said, this is an amazing opportunity. What's up, everybody? Donald's in the house. What's going on? Ricky said he's looking for Arbitrum. Let's see here. Donald said, how would crypto fare if the stock market collapsed, or does it act like a hedge against the market? That's a good question, bro. So if you go back like during COVID and all that stuff, the stock market and crypto kind of were parallel. They kind of ran parallel together. But since then, we've kind of decoupled. Bitcoin kind of went on a run first, kind of just decoupled from the stock market. But if you really look at the stock market now compared to crypto, stock market has been killing it. They've been killing it. The S&P just ended on all-time highs, right? NASDAQ is right there at all-time highs. So the stock market has been doing really well compared to crypto lately. So his question is if the stock market, though, crashes, will it bring Bitcoin and crypto down? Yes, I do believe to a certain extent it will bring it down because you have people that are in both, right? You have people, especially with the ETFs and stuff like that, you have people that are invested in Tesla and Apple and Nvidia and all these stocks, right? And they also have a lot of Bitcoin. So if they're going to be, if the stock market's crashing, they're probably, I would expect from previous history, they would probably be just taking their assets completely out of investments and waiting on the sidelines. So I think that if the stock market did drop, you would probably see some kind of movement as well, and the crypto market as well. Now, it could end up being a hedge towards the stock market, right? Maybe people are moving out of, not now, I'm just saying if that's this, in this scenario, if it was to happen, maybe you would have people moving out of the S&P, Tesla, Nvidia, right, and all these, and moving into Bitcoin if we were running and the stock market was crashing. So it could go both ways, but I would imagine if the stock market's crashing, it's usually it's a tendency to be that the economy, something's going on big in the economy, and I think it will reflect in crypto as well, in my opinion. So it said he grabbed some tea last night, bro. Hell yeah, we'll do some toasts in the Discord in a little while. Ricky said everything is just about half price, so if we go up to sub-level prices, we'll double up almost instantly. That is, if in a perfect world, I believe that, but at the same time, I honestly, I don't know. I don't know if we're out of this yet, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you guys know I don't want to be bearish whatsoever. I'm just, I really don't think that we're technically out of this yet. Excuse me for burping. It said delegate is a simple way of saying it chooses under control of. All right. Gino's laughing at something. Troy said I got okay. Twisted tea to the moon. It's said DXY goes down, crypto goes up. That is facts. Troy said, yep, Keystone Koala to the moon. We should do that, bro. If anybody right now that's in the Discord, if you guys, because I know some of you guys are really good at making memes, can y'all make a meme of one of our koalas drinking a Keystone Light or Milwaukee's Best? If you guys do, I want to see some kind of no FUD koala 4th of July themes. Right? So anything with like American flag, and you guys know we love all our international people whatsoever. We love all you guys. Obviously today is our 4th of July. Fun fact, 4th of July was when America gained its independence from what country did, let's do a poll. Don't scream out the answer yet. Don't scream the answer out, Troy. All right, there's the poll. I think I spelled independence correct, but who knows? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Cowie said it could have been India. Well, hey, that was one of the choices on there, so let me know. Who did we gain our independence from? You guys let me know. Let's just do a fun fact here. And remember, and I'm not just saying this, we obviously love all our international people, everybody from across the pond, all the way down to Australia, mate. Even we got some viewers up in Antarctica, right? They hit me up. They are in Antarctica. I'm just kidding. That'd be dope, bro. If people were like, hey, we're up in Antarctica and we love the channel. I'd be like, bro, we literally are on every continent. Manny, you said good. What are you talking about? Oh, good morning. Yep. What's going on, bro? Good morning. Ricky said, I'm pretty sure we are going to break up above the 200 before the day is over, because if we don't, we are in big trouble. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Cowie said South Pole. It's not that, bro. He's saying Santa Claus. All right. Manny said, I don't see my answer. then that means you're not right, bro. One of those is the right answer. Monero said, easy, God bless America. Mandy, don't scream that stuff out. Got to put your answer in. Cowie said it's China in Trump's voice. Bro, he can't just say China. He's got to say it like China. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got to like make sure like oh man. You know what? We love our Asian people too, bro. We really do. Let's go. Let's check the polls out. So we only have 10 votes. Come on, guys. 10 votes. Let's see here. So 10% saying that it was India, 20% saying Mexico, and we have 0% saying Russia, and 73% are saying it's the UK. I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes and we'll close that out. Obviously, we all know what the answer is, but just wanted to kind of see. You never know. You never know. There are literally people that walk around, and if you ask them that question, they would literally have trouble answering that question, right? And you're just like, you know, bro, like, did you pay attention to history at all? Did you? Did you pay attention to history at all? So let's read this article and then we'll go right back. We got some more votes coming in. How is Mexico going up and Russia going up? Guys, All right, so Bitcoin nosedives under 58,000 amid Mt. Gox German government wallet movements, and this is what we've been covering for the last 2 weeks. I feel like with all this. So a wallet belonging to the German official entity moved its largest stash of Bitcoin to exchanges earlier today, and that's today, guys. While Mt. Gox wallets showed activity for the first time in a month. So Bitcoin drops under 58,000 for the first time since May, marking a 5% loss in 24 hours. Mt. Gox wallets, dormant for a month, showed activity with test transactions hinting at a potential asset distribution and increased selling pressure. So Bitcoin plunged under 58,000 in European markets hours, extending 24-hour losses to nearly 5% and dropping to the prices not seen since early May. This sell-off came as wallets belonging to a defunct crypto exchange, Mt. Gox, showed signs of activity for the first time in months, and the German Federal Criminal Police Office moved over 75 million in crypto exchanges. Among the top reasons for the price drop was the German government moving more than 50 million in crypto exchanges, creating a sell speculation in the market. And you put a pause on this real quick. $75 million, they're selling Bitcoin, right? They're not selling anything else but Bitcoin. $75 million might come off like, holy crap, that's really big. Bro, 75, or that's a lot. $75 million is chump change. Sometimes we'll see outflows on just one of the hedge funds for the ETF for Bitcoin. We'll have outflows of over $100 million in just a single day. So them transferring over 75 million is absolutely baby. It's nothing, but it is putting out the fear in the market, and that $75 million might not be nothing, but it also caused the cascade event of probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that have been basically sold off in Bitcoin, and then it just trickles all over to the altcoins as well, right? Like I said, USDC is technically up today, right? It's pegged to the dollar, yes, but you will see sometimes USDC will break a dollar. It'll go up like a penny, right? What that tells you is that massive inflows of people, of wallets, are basically swapping over whatever their assets are into USDC, basically securing their bag for right now, sitting on the sidelines. So let's see here. So Mt. Gox is scheduled to start distributing assets stolen from clients in 2014 hacked this month, although it is unclear when after years of postponed deadlines, the repayments will be made in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, and could add selling pressure to both markets as previously reported. And you know, another thing that I want to mention is, you know, what's crazy is what's crazy is that both of these big sell events are from freaking hackers, right? The German government was able to obtain a big, like billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin through hacked Bitcoin, right? That they basically were able to get back from the hackers, but they're not giving back to anybody. They're just going to sell off for their government, which is absolutely crazy. And then you talk about Mt. Gox. This was from an enormous hacking event that happened years ago, right? So we're basically, the market is getting hit right now because of hackers, ultimately, if you really think about it. So let's see here. So wallets tracked by Arkham show Mt. Gox wallets conducted test transactions in during the Asian morning, moving a total of $25 worth of Bitcoin across 3 transactions in different wallets. Oh my God. Let's see here. So, excuse me. Entities holding large amounts of tokens are known to move insignificant amounts between wallets before larger transactions. I do the same thing. Whenever I'm transferring something, I'll move like $1, make sure it gets over there, and I'm like, all right, right? Because the last thing you want to do is send off anything that you care about. You know, if it's $100, $1,000, whatever the case is, and it gets lost out there into space and you never see it again, right? So I don't care if I've done the transaction multiple times, I always will do a test kind of run, and I'll send like something so small and make sure it makes it over there. And then I'm like, all right, now, and I still, let's say I'm sending $1,000, I'll do it in like 3 increments just in case. I'm just always like, because think about it. Even if you send to the right wallet and something happens, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters? That's right. I'm not supposed to be joking. I was told that my jokes are corny, so shouldn't say. Guys, I'm so sorry. But in all due reality, who are you gonna call, right? Who are you gonna call Coinbase and say, hey, my or you might be lucky if you call it, but I mean, if you're like myself and all of us, and you're using freaking straight up DeFi wallets that are not affiliated with Coinbase or anything like that, there's nobody you can call, right? There's nobody you can call. So I always want to be on the safe side, and I just transfer small increments. I just do it multiple times. So let's see here. So RKM data showed the government entity moving 175 million in Bitcoin to various wallets, 75 million in which was sent to crypto exchanges Kraken and Coinbase. Such beginners. RKM CEO Miguel Moore previously told CoinDesk that transfers from a wallet to an exchange may indicate an intent to sell. Duh, right? No, they're just stacking up their Kraken, portfolio because they're buying the dip is what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing, right? Meanwhile, Bitcoin has now fallen below a widely followed technical indicator for the first time since October, signaling a possible downtrend in the months ahead. See what I'm saying? Did you guys catch that last few words? Signaling a possible downtrend in the months ahead, guys. So this is, that just leads me to, obviously it stinks. Now we can kind of pinpoint what's causing the dip, right? And it's not just these two things happening. It's a cascade event. But you better believe that people are following these wallets. This right here is getting broadcast all over Twitter, all over everything. So right now you have a lot of people that are spooked out, and they're thinking that the market's going to crash. So they are, moving their assets over, and a lot of it's over probably to USDC and to Tether, right? Rightfully so. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. So, and like I just said, if you really pay attention to the last wordage, signaling a possible downtrend and the months ahead. We covered this and we're going to do it again. Stop asking me to upgrade. Every time I upgrade, it's like just they want me to upgrade even more. Now I'm starting to think that they're making new packages, right? I have platinum plus platinum, and they're still saying, hey, you want to upgrade to what? What? There's nothing else to upgrade to. Sheesh. I'm just kidding. I haven't upgraded, but I feel like that's how they are, man. It's like freaking, I love TradingView, but damn. All right, so we covered this already multiple times. I don't care. We're going to keep going over it because I want to make sure you guys are fully aware. This all has happened before. Let's go back to 2021 when I was a young lad, right? Just fresh out of high school. I'm just kidding. But back in 2021, I was fresh into the market in 2020. And I'd been buying in like crazy, guys. And you know what? We started pumping the beginning of 2021. And everything was looking great. We actually technically started pumping towards the end of 2020. When you look back at it, it didn't feel like it, but we were. And you can see we ran up in 2021. And around this same time, it was around April, right? So maybe you go back a few months from where we're at right now. April is where we topped out at. And you didn't know that we had been starting our way towards the downside, right? We saw this little bit of a dip and then we bounced back up. Now we're in the end of May, right? And Bitcoin's around 60,000. And then out of nowhere, boom, Bitcoin just fell off the face of earth. Remember, just in April, we were at around 64, almost 65,000. And you fast forward over to June, which was about 2 months later. It took that long for us to drop. It wasn't an overnight thing, right? That's why I tell you guys, slowly but surely dollar cost average in, because if this is something that we're going to see, you go fast forward 2 months, June, the end of June, and look where we're at the beginning of July. We were down like crazy, and look where we're at right now month-wise. We're at the beginning of July. This is happening a little bit later than when what we're seeing right now in the market today. The drops is happening a little bit later than this particularly happened, right? But it seems like it's something similar. I don't think it's going to be exact, but just something similar to where we had dropped down, and it was basically about 8 weeks, a little bit over 8 weeks where we dropped and we stayed down. We actually dropped down a little bit further down towards the end before out of nowhere, we started rallying, and boom, we ended up going up and making all-time highs, right? So let me explain. When we were moving up, everybody, Bitcoin, $100,000. I'm not lying to you. Everybody, Bitcoin, 100,000. Dogecoin. This is what I was buying in back in 2020 at around 2 cents. Dogecoin's going to $1, right? Can't tell us anything. We're pumping like crazy, and then boom, all of us, out of nowhere, it just dropped out of nowhere. A lot of us didn't see it coming. Some people did. A lot of us didn't see it coming, and it got bad in the market. And I'm watching so many people around me, so many people on these groups and stuff like that. They're just like, I'm selling off Bitcoin. It's over with, and this, like I said, it was a rough two and a half months where we were down like crazy, right? Because I think it was just, it was the emotional thing where we had been pumping like crazy, and then everybody's portfolio was so in the green. That greed was in such, fear and greed index, we were all the way in the greed. Boom, we crash. Everybody's emotions, a lot of us that were newer, emotions, it just took over. And a lot of people were just like, it's done. It's over with. Bitcoin's going back down to 3K. And I told you guys, me personally, I was almost leaning towards, just selling for a loss or just selling and getting away. And I was like, something hit me. And I was like, I'm just going to keep buying. And I just kept buying and buying and buying. At this point, I think, I want to say, I don't remember. I think I already had sold off on Doge. I think Doge already made its run up to like 70 something cents. I didn't catch the top, but I sold at a lot higher than I was buying in. And I think by this point, I know for a fact I had been buying in on Ethereum. I had been buying in at Ethereum. So at this point, I was just accumulating Ethereum like crazy when we were in this dip, and it was rough. It was, but out of nowhere, after 8-10 weeks, it felt like it was a whole year. It really felt like it was a whole year that had gone by. That's how rough it was. But we eventually broke out. We saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and we just started running, and it was euphoria all back over within freaking weeks. Everybody was back up to Bitcoin going to $100,000, right? So the point of what I'm getting to, guys, is what we're seeing, it's all happened before. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same, but you look and you see how high we still are. Bitcoin could technically, we honestly could come down a sizable amount and still be technically very bullish and still be on track to run and hit $150,000 in this bull run, right? So, I'm going to keep going over it, and I'm going to keep saying this because, guys, you have to just, take the emotions out, right? Take the emotions out, and just try to think with your head on how to set yourselves up to take advantage if we do drop down to those levels, whether it's repositioning yourself, whether it's just kind of, just saving upside money and kind of just waiting for this to happen, because it's not going to be overnight, right? It's not going to be overnight. But if that's the case, you're going to want to take advantage of it, because just like I go back and I said I was buying in on all those Ethereum ended up going from, when I was buying in, it was at $1,000. It ended up going up to 4,800. I sold at around 4,200, 4,400, but you guys can see, obviously, it ended up paying off. It took some time, but it ended up paying off, right? So, we're going to keep going over it, and I'm going to keep telling you guys this because, you just have to be strong out there. You really do. Put the emotions to the side, guys. All right, so we got the polls in. We had about 20 votes, 19 votes. It looks like India was the correct answer, guys. So if you guys voted for, I'm just kidding, guys. I know you guys were playing around. Obviously, we got our independence from you Brits. You guys came over here and whooped our ass for so long. But you know what? We send you packing. We did. And now it's nothing but brotherly love. We love our people from across the pond. We really do. I think I told you guys, I think the only place that I would really, as of now, really want to go international. You guys know I'm a little weary. Like, I don't even want to go down to South America or anything like that for right now. It's a little hectic. Canada, I do like Canada. I want to go up to Alaska, but if I'm going across the Atlantic or the Pacific, I'm going over and I'm going to go link up with all my brothers over there in the UK, and I'm going to go get trashed and some of those London pubs and stuff like that. I feel like that would be where I would fit in, But Yeah, it is what it is, guys. So UK is the answer. Good job to everybody. I know everybody pretty much knew that. You guys were just trolling, right? Let's see here. Yeah, not me. I'm stupid. I sent 170 Solana one shot. You like? I see you like to live on the edge, bro. I see you like to live on the edge. Ricky said, "Fun fact: every time we bounce off the 200, we went on to much higher levels." Old said Texans voting for Mexico. Crip. That is right, because Mexico actually did. Texas was part of Mexico before the Spanish War. That is correct. I'm just catching up to the chat here. Monero said, I feel like crypto during summer will be like a back and forth movement. If Trump will be elected, we will skyrocket. A lot of people have been saying that. Owen said, hey, Crip, what's your biggest move in your last bull run? Do you have a coin that did 25x or more? On the last bull run, 25x. I don't know if I did 25. I don't think I did anything that did 25x. I'm trying to think. I want to say the biggest move that I did get. I'm trying to think. I did so much during the bear market. I want to say it was Fetch AI was the biggest move that I made as far as like stacking up during the bear market. I had been picking Fetch up at around 15 cents, and then you guys can see I didn't catch the top, but you can see we ran up, like crazy. So I don't know if I don't remember the exact what I got on Fetch, but it was a good move. It was a good move. It was definitely over 10x for sure on Fetch. So why, Owen? You working with the IRS, bro? You asking these questions, bro? You sound kind of like you're from the IRS, bro. I paid my taxes. You ain't gotta ask me that, bro. Owen, you working for the IRS, bro? Sheesh. Just get off my back, bro. Just kidding. Jojo said, if you go to Canada, don't be playing not like us. Bro, did you see that? Did you see that? You know what, man? It sucks because Rick Ross is from Florida, so we're all Florida boys, but you can't be going over there doing all that stuff. And people think that Canada's all like, it's all just mountains and snow, and everybody's like, everything's A. Not anymore. Canada, I had some family that went on a cruise, a sightseeing cruise, and they went up from New York and they went up to Canada, and they said, bro, I was like, how pretty was it? And they went to some of the major cities up there, and they were like, bro, believe it or not, they were like, Canada was hood. They were like, it felt like when we got off, because they left from New York City, they were like, when we got off the damn dock, they were like, it felt like we were freaking in New York City. It felt like we had gotten off and gotten right back into New York City. Like, it just felt like it was like not like the Canada that you think you're gonna see. And I was like, well, it's the major metropolitan areas. I'm not saying that they're all bad or anything like that, but it's you expect. I think what Canada really was, to go back 20, 30 years ago, it was like real, like just peace loving. Now it's like, it's gotten to be more of like Americanized, where you go into the inner cities and, it's, you don't want to just go around messing around. You know what I'm saying? We all know how that is anywhere, in any country. There's certain spots where some people are not with it. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to be, they're not really there to smile and say hello to you, so. But yeah, I'm sure he learned a lesson, right? Or did he? Who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows, guys? But yeah, so not looking too bad on NFK. We're looking good, guys. Keep your heads up. We're in a beautiful buy zone right now. I'm telling you guys, I honestly do believe that we're just gonna keep moving. We really are. One thing. Well, no, I'm not even gonna bring that up, but. It was something, not with NFK, it was something else, but we'll talk about that in the Discord instead of on YouTube. But other than that, guys, like I said, I still do think that we're going to see somewhat of some possible moves towards the downside. We're technically still below the 200-day moving average. Thank you so much, bro, for the $10 super chat, bro. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, man. I appreciate you and your dad, man. You guys have brought back some just that positive, vibes and on the channel and also on the Discord. We really needed it, bro. We were going through it, the last few months, so we appreciate everything that you guys have done. We really do. And thank you for the $10, bro. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate that. So what I was saying about Bitcoin particularly is that we technically are still below the 200. So, for right now, I'm just going to, be short-term bearish until we can break above this 200 and we kind of can see make it look like we're, trying to break out here, but tomorrow we have the job reports coming out, payroll. So forecast is looking at to be exactly what we got last time, which was 4%. 4% was a big thing. Jerome Powell originally a year ago said that that's what we were looking for. Our unemployment was at like 3.5% at the time, and he said, a big indicator that we're looking for is unemployment to unfortunately go up to about 4%. We hit 4%. Now he did retract what he was saying on the last FOMC meeting, and that this was a big thing why we started to come down, was that we got 2 CPI reports in the last couple months that have been great, right? Inflation's coming down. We had unemployment when the last numbers came out, we hit 4%. That's what we were looking for. And then he had an FOMC meeting and he said, "Yeah, I know I said this, but we want to see higher unemployment, right?" So and also he's like, "We want to see more data coming for inflation." It kind of spooked a lot of people thinking that we possibly weren't going to see a Fed ease, for possibly till 2025. And let's pull that up real quick. We have 27 days until the next FOMC meeting, and you guys can see we have kind of shifted over to about 8% are calling for some kind of a Fed ease on this next meeting. You guys know I say no on that one. September is going to be when we're most likely going to see that first Fed ease at about a 0.2%, 0.25 quarter% is what I'm thinking in September right before the election. But what I'm getting to is if we can see the unemployment rate at least meet 4%, but if it's at like 4.1, anything higher than 4%, the markets are going to start rallying. Mark my words, they're going to rally. Even if it's short term, we're going to see a positive outcome from the markets from those numbers coming out. Same thing with the non-farm payrolls. This is basically how many jobs were created during the last quarter. Previous was 272. Forecast is 190,000. We need to at least meet that number or come below. We don't want to see more jobs being created. That would be technically bad. Obviously, for investment purposes, I understand if you're out there and this is affecting you personally in your life. I'm sorry. Obviously, we're talking about for investments, for us to get these Fed reductions in interest rates. Unfortunately, they need to see more pain in the economy. So forecast 190,000 jobs. We want to see anything at that or below. And then forecast unemployment rate, we want to see the 4% or higher. That's going to be coming out tomorrow. That's going to be at 2 p.m. tomorrow. And we are going to be streaming tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So set your clocks, set your date, make sure you're free. If your boss wants you to work, tell him he's going to have to sit his ass to the side because we have unemployment rates coming out tomorrow and we need to see what the markets are doing, right? So with that being said, guys, I thank you guys so much for today's stream. I hope you guys have a great, safe 4th of July. Do not give me, I don't want to hear any stories about, you guys hurting yourself with fireworks or anything like that. Be safe out there. Make sure you guys get a nice cold twisted tea for your boy. I will be having those popped all day today. That's why we're doing an early stream, because I don't think you guys are going to want to see me in 6 hours from now. I'm going to be twisted teed out, right? And I'm going to be throwing fireworks at people, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, guys, so don't do what I'm doing, all right? But honestly, guys, I hope you guys are safe out there, and everybody across the pond and everybody worldwide, I hope you guys also have a great day today. I will see each and every one of you guys tomorrow. If you need anything from me, I'll be in the Discord. All right, guys? Other than that, guys, that's it. Again, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, brother. I really do appreciate that. Everybody else, have a great day. I will see each and every one of you guys tomorrow. All right, guys?